Oh, there that mute is. There that mute is right there. I was looking for that. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, this is Midnight Darkness Chat. I'm just, I guess you say, doing something a little different here. I'm not really demonstrating any these strategies. All I want to do is see what questions people have about the PICK-3 at a glance strategy and give them the answers that they possibly be looking for. If they, like I say, if they've been studying the channel and studying the strategy, I have 2,000 videos. I think it's time now to get into deeper discussions or chats about how to use the strategy and PICK-3 as a whole. I only specialize in PICK-3. I don't do PICK-4s. I don't do PICK-5s. I don't find numbers for all states. What I do is teach people how to get their own numbers, working with the law average, and see how the numbers actually run in their states. All the numbers are random. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers. Everything that I was taught before, pretty much before I came up with my strategy, I threw out the window. So that's where I am with this right now. I have enough information out there now that now it's time to really concentrate on helping people to learn how to use my strategy and get into the winner's circle. I know this darkness looks funny, but basically it's going to be about chatting. If you want to stick around, if there's anything you want to know about the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, leave a comment on it, and I'll answer any questions you have, not only about PICK-3, but I can possibly answer what I believe about any PICK-3s as a whole. So so this is just a question and answers chat. I mean, people try to demonstrate and answer questions and deal with trolls and all that stuff, and I see that that's not accomplishing anything. My main focus is teaching everybody how to use my strategy to get into the winner's circle and win. PICK-3 can be played for fun, but it can also, you can play to win. I always say don't play out of need or greed. We don't want to play out of need or greed. Play to have fun, and you can win. If you use the law average to your advantage, you can get some good solid hits. But you can't try to refine strategies where you're going to try to figure out what numbers coming the next day, next couple of days, or patterns that's going to show you what's coming. Patterns to me don't really work because all the numbers run different in all the states, and if you see a pattern, don't mean that that pattern is going to be applicable to your state because the numbers are running different. And if the numbers are running different, the pattern's not going to really matter. The main thing to do, you have to know what the numbers are. We have to know what the numbers are actually doing. And that's how PICK-3 at a glance is set up. It's set up also that you can do everything on paper and track everything you need to know. So that's why this is set up to PICK-3, what is the lottery info. But basically, PICK-3 is, the info is that PICK-3 at a glance works off the law average, And what I did, I took 22 numbers, did the 111 rundown on those 22 numbers, AA. And on those 22 numbers, you have, for starters, all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations on 22 columns. And anytime a winning number comes in, you can always find that winning number on those 22 columns. And on those 22 columns, you're tracking all 1,000 numbers. You're not guessing like you do with the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, and flipping numbers and mirroring numbers. You're working with the actual 1,000 numbers to see what they're doing. So that's what this information is pretty much about. I have 2,000 videos on this channel. So you can always go back and look at my full videos, and look at them, study them, see if you like them. Come back, ask questions. I'll probably be popping up more like this on just chats. I'm not going to be really doing a lot of demonstrations. I'm going to be working with people that have looked at the videos and have questions about the PICK-3 at a glance strategy and PICK-3 as a whole pretty much. But I have enough information out there now. Now I'm focusing on basically building the channel off of people that have studied the videos and might be something they don't understand. I'll just be coming up and chatting in that manner. I also have people that's been around a while that's pretty familiar with the PICK-3 at a glance, and they may be on here also that can contribute something to helping everyone get into the winner circle. But I don't do the tic-tac-toes, I don't do the grids, I don't do the flips, I don't do the mirrors. After tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you know the truth about what's going on with these numbers. And the numbers are random. You have to know how long it takes for numbers to fall. You have to know how long it's been since a number then fell. You have to know how to track the front pair, back pair, single digits. You have to know everything there is about a number before you decide to play it. Now, once you decide to play a number, you start a bucket list of numbers that you know what's going on with the number. And as you build your bucket list of numbers and you start winning, then you're not going somewhere trying to find numbers to play in your state. You know what numbers to play because you've been tracking them all along. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Glad to have you with us. You know what numbers there all along, AA. So I am kind of getting away from the standard strategy that's, to me, got me into a pickle because I lost my car, my home, almost my job, and my wife. So this is where I advised my own strategy, and I found it to be pretty good for me. And if you want to know if I win with the strategy, all you got to do is go to YouTube search and put in there PICK-3 one again. PICK-3 one big again. So, and all of my winnings from Illinois would pop up from how I hit the numbers on the dates I hit them and everything. So I always say that with me, the proof is in the pudding. I can prove mine. So I can answer questions relatively easy for everyone also, and tell you why I play numbers like I hit the 055 because I knew that the O hadn't fell on the front for 60 days. These are the things that you look for when you're playing PICK-3 in your state. You look for certain conditions, not patterns. You're looking for conditions where a number don't fall for 60 days or a column don't hit for 3 months or a front pair, back pair don't hit for 3 to 4 months. Then you take that data and those conditions and you build your actual numbers that you look to play off of that. So that's what this is all about. So that's why I'm setting this up where I'm not really going to be, hey, Cecile, how you doing? I'm setting this up where I don't try to, really, like I said, I got 2,000 videos, and the people that want to learn it, go to my channel and learn it and come back to me with questions and answers on anything where I can help them. I get emails and I get stuff like that. and I answer it back as many of the emails as I can, hoping I don't miss any. But I said now I have enough information out there on the channel for people to gather the information, and if they have questions, I'm going to set it up basically just for chats and for information giving and helping people get in the winner circle with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. So that's what it is, AA. Because I threw all the other stuff out the window, the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grips, and the flips, and the mirroring, because everybody got a different way of doing it and showing it. I threw even going to different places, getting numbers, and not knowing why I was playing the numbers. And then when I won, I had no idea what numbers to play again without kind of doing some research. But I never had a basic research strategy where I could track everything on any PICK-3 number that I wanted to play. So that's where I am with this here. Now I've did the hard work, the labor where I can explain everything, make it simple and easy to anybody. And now when they join the chat, we can talk about using the PICK-3 as a strategy to get in the winner circle in your state. Or anything pretty much basically about PICK-3 or the tic-tac-toes or date times. I can tell you a little bit why I don't use them, or a lot about why I don't use them, because they don't really tell you a whole lot. And the numbers are random. People don't want to accept that these numbers are random. There's no strategy. It's going to tell you what numbers come the next day. And especially if you flip in and mirror in numbers, because if you flip in and mirror in numbers, you can make those numbers add up to any number that come in the previous day. There's only 0 to 9. If you flip any one of them, you're going to make 99% of the numbers that fill the previous day be on your rundown, or your tic-tac-toe, or your date sum, if you flip any or mirror any of the numbers. So it was a hard pill to swallow once I figured it out, but for all the time that I have been doing it, but sooner or later, you either, once you know better, you do better. That's all I can say. Or once you learn better, you do better. So basically, I'm here for just the chats. So if you hear, if people start coming, because it's going to be a while, I'll be here just waiting for people with questions that some of my subscribers that might see me on here. And I know some people be asking me some questions on the emails. They still confused about the front pair and the back pair and the single pair, strategy number 2 and strategy number 4, questions like that. Or how long should they play their number, things like that I might add to them getting into the winner circle. Like I said, I usually look for numbers where once the number don't hit for 30 days, then I'm looking to see if it don't hit for 60 days, or a column, or opposite numbers. If two opposite numbers that ain't played together in 60 to 90 days, I'm definitely making them numbers as my bucket list. See, everything with the PICK-3 is about their numbers and their opposites, like opposite pair, like the opposite pair, 1, 2, or 12 would be 67, And if a 67 and a 12 pair ain't played, them the two pairs you would look to play. You have to know that in order to, with me, be a bigger and better winner, instead of trying to find patterns and rundowns. You have to know what the actual pairs are doing and what position the actual numbers have fallen in and not fallen in. You have to do your due diligence and your homework, pretty much. And once you do that, you're good to go. Once you do that, you're good to go. And like I said, I can in less than an hour, I can teach people how to do it. That's why I say if they go look at the videos and then come back to the chat and we can just focus on your questions, I think to me it works a whole lot better than trying to, with YouTube, trying to put a show demonstrations and all that. Because like I said, I got 2,000 videos. So to me, if you don't get it with that, you just probably ain't gonna get it. That's all I can say. And that's 2 years worth of videos. So, and that's pretty much for somebody that's only been doing this 2 years. That's pretty much dedication in my book. I'm serious about what they're doing. And thanks for the question, AA. Hello and welcome. This is PICK-3 at a glance. You got questions about PICK-3, I got answers. And the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. This is midnight hour. That's what I'm calling it. For nothing but chatting, pretty much. For anybody that has questions about PICK-3. I know it's probably a little strange to see something like this, but hey, I always think outside the box. That's how I came up with the strategy. So I just feel that's more important to chat about what's my strategy than it is to try to chat and demonstrate at this time. I will be doing a live where I will be demonstrating, but a lot of the time, some of the times, I'll be just putting up chats where the people that's studying and can't get to me can get to me now because I'll just pop up these chats and they might be available during that time. So that's going to be my theory. Because it's a lot of work trying to set up to do the live when I can just set up to do the chat. Really, it is. You know, you have to make sure your lighting is right. You have to make sure your phones are lined up right. You have to get all your paperwork set out and lined up. That takes too long. That takes too long to me. And then you got to hope things are working right, and you got to make sure you ain't got 10 grandkids hollering and screaming, or the neighbor ain't cutting the yard. Hey, there's too many variables to try to set up and do a live. So I'm just setting this up to do a chat. That's what I'll be doing, setting up to do chats. And then I will do a live when, like I say, when I think it's more productive than the chat. That's the way I see it. But like I said, there's enough videos to focus on and then come back and do the chat like that. Let me see something here. Okay, here go my phones acting up. Ah, like when you do have an idea, things act up. I don't know why it's acting up now. It's been acting fine for the longest. Now my phone acting up. This is absolutely crazy. Mm-mm-mm. I'm looking toward, you know, all of them do apply, Teresa, but I'm looking more toward the single pairs, strategy number two. Seem like those pairs, when they're about 60 to 90 days out, they'll pop out, they'll show up. And normally when they do show up, it'll hit 2 to 3 times. And like I say, with the pairs, when you do like the 1, 2, and you will it down with 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 1, 2, 9. One of those groups of 10 will come out 2 or 3 times within that month span. Just like I had that '05 that hadn't hit uh, last month. Well, the month before this is June and April, and then at the end of the month I hit it, and it came 3 times. It came 055, then it came 405, then it came 450, just like that, and I hit all three of those. So it's I think it's more or less I'm leaning towards strategy number two, tracking the pairs, and see how long once you see that they're 30, 60 to 90 days out, and you want to pick those pairs, is a good bet. It's to me. But I also look for the columns to see what numbers probably where the '05 might have failed, what numbers off of what columns had not hit. Also on strategy number one. So there is like that. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at them pairs being pretty much dynamite. Strategy number two, the single pairs. Good question. I thank you for that question. That's a good question. A lot of people do want to know about that. Yeah, that's a good question. And I'm really leaning, especially the ones that's got that wild ball now and the fireball. It seems like it is taking the numbers longer to come out and hit. But I think the strategy number two with the single pairs, you can target in better on the numbers. Because the wild ball seem to be making the numbers extend longer. Before over in Missouri, like I said, we didn't have that fireball and wild ball, and we just got it a year before I went to Illinois, and I didn't get a chance to really practice with a fireball or wild ball. Now since I've been to Illinois, I see more. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hmm. And I thank everybody for their support. Appreciate it. It's a lot. It's a lot of work if you don't know how to work in these channels. Um, a lot of folks that's got them to me. My hat goes off to them because I don't know, sometimes they get the appreciation that they need to get. But it is a lot of work building a channel. 6 out of 100 people are the only ones to ever. That 220. No, I didn't play that 220. Even though that O2 was one of them, I was looking at it. But the thing is, you can track them all, but you can't play them all. So you don't want to burn your money up. That 055 and that 500 is my targeted. That 17 front pair and that 50 front pair is my targeted numbers. So that's pretty much what I'm sticking with. I'm playing on that 17. I'm looking at that 176, that 177, and 178. I'm playing them 50 cents straight, and I'm playing 17 on the front a dollar like that. Those pretty much my numbers I stick with, and I'm still playing that 50 on the front and that 50 on the back. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it, but I only play when I win and hit heavy, and then I don't still add a whole lot of numbers to my bucket list. I try to keep my bucket list around 10 numbers that I'm targeting to win with. No, I didn't do that, but that O2 was out there because it didn't fall last month because I had underlined it. But if I had played it, I would have more likely played the 2-2 on the back because I said that 2-2 hadn't played on the back all last year, like that. But like I said, you can track them all, but you don't want to get in the habit of trying to play them all. Stick with your numbers. Then when you load up on the one that you want to and it comes in, you hit it hard enough, then you can pick up some more numbers and play around a little bit more. Yeah, you're welcome. Good question. Hey, Salvador, how you been? How you been? This is a question and answer pretty much. If I can ever get my other phone to go online, it's just, okay, I guess this ain't meant to be on here. So, win some, you lose some. Like I say, this is the midnight hour, like number of questions and answers. Things been pretty good on this end. I've been doing, well, I don't know if you knew, I was in that tornado in St. Louis. I came over to my home, man, and I came over to my home, and it damaged my home real well. But I was, and it hit so fast. I mean, like, I got the alarm at 2:45 p.m. and they said it would last. The warning was to 3:15. So I grabbed my phone, went to the restroom, and when I went to the restroom to sit down, man, all of the lights went out, and I heard the electric cracking, and I said, it got to be the tornado now. And I got up off the restroom and started running for my life. Next minute, I was running for my life. I'm telling you, broke out all my kitchen windows, broke out my upstairs windows, pulled my whole, I had a big bay window in my bedroom and broke it out right over my bed. Water started running down into my kitchen, all within a matter of 2 minutes. I mean, it was a frightening experience. It's something that makes you appreciate life. And then I was trying to go in the basement, and my basement, I got a gate on it where nobody can come in from the basement, and I couldn't get in the basement. And it was a good thing I didn't go in the basement because my neighbor's whole wall on the basement side fell down and knocked my basement window out and blew all the bricks into my basement. So it was a good thing I couldn't get down there. So I have a stairwell right next to my basement with a closet. So I got into that stairwell and in the closet and stayed there for about 5 minutes. And it was over with. It did all that damage and tore off all my roofs tore up my roof, tore down the 2 chimneys. Man. And I'm like, and when they say they ain't really showing what all devastation we had here in St. Louis, in North St. Louis, it's all our major community activity places that's been here for years were like just taken away in a minute. Our church that was on the corner, one of my church members got killed. It's crazy, man. It's like you're looking for. I appreciate that. Appreciate the Lutherson. Yeah, I was totally blessed. Seemed like all the moves I made, the hand of God was on me. Because if I had a went in my kitchen, it blew my kitchen window out, and I could feel the pressure of the tornado coming through the hallway. So I had to push my body up against the wall so the glass wouldn't cut me coming through the hallway. I'm telling y'all, you talk about being grateful. I've always been a God-fearing man and a grateful man, but and knowing His hands is always on me. But that there, if that don't make a believe you out of something other than just yourself, nothing will. And it's devastating. But I'm thankful. Oh yeah, it damaged. Do you know it damaged 5,000 homes within a matter of 30 minutes? We take a lot for granted, I believe. That your whole life can turn in 30 minutes and you not even recognize your life no more. 5,000 homes were damaged, and 85% of those people don't have insurance on their homes. I had just got my insurance 6 months before this tornado, because I had insurance, and I made a claim on somebody stole my central air unit from my backyard. I made a claim, so they made a reason to try to cancel my insurance, and they canceled my insurance. So talking about I had to get some work done, so I got all the work done, but I didn't go back with them because I felt they did me wrong. And I had just got another insurance company 6 months prior to this tornado. 6 months prior. Or I would be one of those without insurance on my own. Yeah, but God is good. He's good. I don't doubt it. None, period. Yeah. I had 6 months. I had got everything fixed that I needed to get fixed, and had got the insurance just before the tornado. And like I said, and people say, well, they hear a roaring or they hear a train or something. I think that might have been but it was so quiet. It was so peaceful. It wasn't really a big wind. It was like the wind. What I heard was a little whoosh, and the lights in the house went out. And then I heard the hail. And the same time I heard the hail, all hell broke loose. I'm telling you, if they say tornado warning, go on down in the basement. Do what you got to do. I mean, go where you're safe. Because it wasn't a good thing for me to go in the basement. But go where you're safe. Because when it comes, and if it comes like that F3 came with us, 165-mile wind, ain't nothing it ain't going to do that it touch. It ain't going to tear up. Nothing. Don't be waiting. I know we hadn't had a tornado warning here since 1959. I mean, not a real tornado, but we get these warnings all the time. It ain't gonna be nothing. I'll go down there in a minute. I'm telling you, don't do that, because when that one come your way, it's gonna be a doozy. If it's a F3 or 4, EF3 or 4, it gonna knock down. I don't care if you just built a brand new house. That wind gonna topple it over like it's a straw. I'm telling you, because my home all brick. My home all brick. No, all brick and old 2x4s. Yeah. And tumbled it and pushed my big old bay window in like somebody took a finger and pushed it in, like poked out an eyeball. I'm telling y'all. I might be laughing, but God is good. I'm telling you, I was scared. I wasn't scared. I made my peace with God. I've been and made my peace with God. But I say, well, Lord, if this is it, I'll be seeing you soon. If this is it, I'll sure be seeing you. Because yeah. And then what make it so bad, this is how things work. My brother lives around the corner. And I've always, that's a little security. Something happened. I can go stay with my brother or something, we can live together. I'm the oldest of 11, 6 brothers, 5 sisters. We kind of close. My brother called me because he and I was sitting on the porch along with my sister. She went home. I went home. All this happened within 15 minutes. He went to his house. And I called to check on him. And he said he was all right, but he was between the walls in his house. And he said, yeah, but man, I ain't got no roof. He said it kind of calmly. I'm thinking, well, you know how you might say, well, some shingles fell off the roof or something. He got a 2-family. His whole roof was gone. You could go up to the second floor and look at the sky. That tornado took off his whole roof. They couldn't even put a tarp on it. I'm telling you, we take too much for granted. Tell you, close your eyes and wake up, won't know your life. I'll tell you, I'm like, okay, now they tore a piss home, now my home too, so we can't go to either one of our homes, yeah, I'll tell you. And then we have, okay, here we go. See, I have a question here in Florida. I checked midday. You say, okay, I have a question here in Florida. I tracked midday using your strategy number 3. I was left with back pair 92. Strategy, okay, number 2. So Sunday, June 2025, 283 came in and today 823 came out midday. I'm still holding on. So my question is, are you planning for midday and evening, or are you just trying to play the 8-2 on the back? Either one. So you saying the 8-2 didn't come midday or evening? Or Lutherson? And the front and back pair would be strategy number 4. Okay? But unless you're talking about the number didn't hit it, the 8-2 didn't hit it in the middle. The number, strategy number 3 is the 3 single columns, okay, from 0 to 9. That's 3. Strategy number 4 is your actual front pair and back pair, where the 2 pairs of numbers are on the top and the 2 pair of numbers on the bottom. That's the front pair and back pair strategy. Those are 2 different methods of using to know when to play the number or how to play the number. Now, a back pair, unless you're making it your daily carry and you're carrying it with a number, it can take a while. Back pairs, if it don't play for a whole year, it could take another 3 months until the following year before it falls out, or even longer. And that back pairs, like numbers like that, I usually make it my daily number or the number I'm going to play most consistently. So, like that. I usually make that my daily number. Like, let's for instance, I'm going to use an example. My brother's birthday is 5/27. Okay? The year before, it didn't come out at all. His birthday didn't come out at all. So when I looked up his birthday and with my rundown, I noticed the 5/2 did not fall on the front and the 2/7 didn't fall on the back. So I decided to make his birthday the next year as my daily number that I would play consistently. And when it came out, I hit it. And it came on his birthday, as a matter of fact, like that 5/2/7. See, that's how you made up the front pair and back pair. You make the front pair up that hasn't failed with the back pair that hasn't failed. Strategy number 3 is totally different. Strategy 3 is like the 3 columns I told you from 0 to 9. The number I just hit last month, at the end of the month, the 055. 505 and 500 is my daily carry number. But when I noticed, and you're always tracking, I noticed that the 0 hadn't failed in column number 1 for 67 days, almost 70 days. So instead of just playing my number 505, I also played it as 055, and it came in as 055. So you'll get a balancing and a judgment on how to play the numbers once you see what they're actually doing. And I also played the 500 as 050, putting that 0 on the front like that. Well, first you have to know how long it's been since that 02 back pair been out. I'm sorry, that 82 back pair been out. That's how I would judge it. And you're saying, okay, the question is there still a chance the back pair 82 back pair will fall and I can use strategy 3 to wheel numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of it? The numbers are random. It could be, it's a possibility that the number would come, but I usually know how long it's been since the number played. You know what I'm saying? I usually know how long it's been since the number's been out. And usually when it goes to the front pair and the back pair, I'm usually looking for the numbers that didn't fall at all the previous year, pretty much. Because when I'm tracking at the end of the year, because that front pair with number 4 back pair is a yearly chart. You can track it for the whole year. And whatever numbers are left, then I know how to use. Like I knew that the 50 front hadn't failed. 50 hadn't failed on the front of 2024, and the 50 hadn't failed on the back of 2024. And I knew that uh, 505 hadn't failed all year, and 500 hadn't failed all year. So I just carried them over into 2025. See what I'm saying? I always carry any numbers because out of those 1,000 numbers, it takes 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to rotate out and go back in another cycle again. Maybe 4 years. Because I used to always start over from scratch. Every time when I first started my system, I would start over, throw everything out, and say, okay, it's a new year, it's a new day. But I realized, even though I was starting over, the law average wasn't starting over because it hadn't really cycled through all the numbers because it only gets 365 days to cycle through 1,000 numbers. So wherever your starting point is, if you start now and you're tracking, you have to continuously keep tracking in that manner. As the numbers, the law average, eliminate the numbers, you know what numbers are left. Those are numbers you're looking to play and for how long it's been since they played. Are you getting that? And if you did the 1, 2, 3, 4, wheel it like you said, um, like I say again, it's how long it's been that 9-2 been out on the I mean, I'm sorry, the A2 been out on the back. Then what I would do, I would do strategy number 4 and have the see if the 0-8. See when the last time the 0 hit on the front, or the 1-8 on the front, or the 2-8 on the front, or the 3-8 hit on the front, or the 4-8 hit on the front, like you say. And if none of those have hit already, then yeah, I would do that. And if you do strategy number 4, go back and see when the last time that A2 hit on the back. You know what I'm saying? See the last time it hit on the back. Hey, Shay Shay. Yeah, these numbers, PICK-3 numbers, can take 15 years and never show up. That's why I say you got to track. I had a number when I was in Missouri was 160 that I was playing. It hadn't played, but I did make it for 15 years. And moving to St. Louis and back to St. Louis, every time I came to St. Louis, that was the only number I played in St. Louis, and I hit it. I wasn't playing no other number. I knew it hadn't been out in 15 years. So that was the only number I played to hit, and that was 160. I didn't worry about the rest of them. If I hit it, fine. If I didn't, fine. You know. But I wouldn't, if I'm playing, I wasn't going to try to play Missouri and Illinois. Because like I say, you can track them all, but you can't play them all. See, that's not a long time in my book. But I ain't going to tell you not to play it because it's random. But if you have to make the decision whether you want to keep carrying it, fine, and if you don't, pretty much would be fine with me because don't jump off my numbers, but when I cut back, I decide what numbers I'm going to cut back on. But if 82 is my number I'm going to carry on a regular basis, I won't cut back on that one. But that's not a long time for a number not to fall on the back. Because any of the numbers can take a year, front or back, and not fall at all. Just like that 5-0 on the back hit twice already, and I caught it. The 2-5-0 and the 4-5-0. And it hadn't failed at all in 2024. See what I'm saying? I don't compare. Morning numbers don't bring evening numbers. You can't compare evening numbers to morning numbers. There's no comparison. You stay on evening. You and stay on evening. You stay on midday. Play with midday. Evening numbers don't affect midday numbers. Midday don't affect evening numbers because they all running different. So you have to stick with what midday is doing and stick with evening numbers are doing. Me, what I do, something like that. Say I'm making 182 gonna be my daily carry number, and I don't know exactly how the 82 is gonna do. What I do, I'll take, if you got the wild ball or the fireball, okay? Now I'm saying that 182 is gonna be my daily carry number. I'm not gonna try to burn a lot of money. What I do with the wild ball, I'll play, I'll play the 2-8 on the front and 8-2 on the front. I'll play the 2-8 on the back and the 8-2 on the back. That way I got 4 angles around that number. Now, anything with an 8-2 on the front or the back, or a 2-8 on the front or the back, I'll hit, I think it's what, $25? I'll hit that $25, and then I'll load up. If that 182 is my daily carry, I'll load up on that 182. Because I'm going to invest that little money back into the number that I'm carrying, along with probably playing like I'm playing it, the 2-8 front and the 8-2 front and the 2-8 back and the 8-2 back. That's how I play. Or if I'm going to do, depending on my money and my budget, I'll just wheel that 2-8 all the way down for $5, and wait, and probably another dollar with my main number, which would be the 182. And say the 182 don't come, but one of the other numbers I wheeled down come, I'll invest that money into that 182 plus wheel it again right behind that, because the likelihood of it coming right back behind it once it hit is greater, working with the law average. Oh, you got a 333 in the front, yeah. Yeah, yep, that's how it works. That 3-3 fell on the back 4 times. Yep, and 3-3 on the front has only failed once in January. We got a 333. Yeah, a 333. Because when it get to the June and stuff, you're gonna be able to start seeing what numbers ain't failed, front pairs and back pairs, and especially on those doubles. If you're using strategy number 4. And like I say, with triples, I look for triples. If no triple has fallen all year up to November and December, then I go to strategy number 4 to get an idea of what triple I'm gonna play. If triple twos didn't fall on the front and triple twos didn't fall on the back, triple twos gonna be my main triples to play. And what if no double 2 combination ain't fail 2-2 wheeled ain't fail in 3 months? Now you know triple two's gonna be on my list to play, and hot and heavy. And that's what I did with triple eights here in Illinois and Missouri. Triple eights didn't fall on the front or the back. I think it was 2023. Front or back for the whole year. And then double eights didn't fall for 3 months on no number with as a double in no combination. I mean, it was all, with the law average, it was almost imperative that eights had to fall with something. Double eights had to fall with something for one. And I was figuring triple H would have to be in there. That's the difference from guessing what the numbers are doing and knowing what the numbers are doing and how to use them. Just like with strategy number 3, no sevens had failed for 2 months with no number. Who would have thunk it? You ain't gonna see that with date sums, grid flips, and root sums and stuff unless you track the actual 1,000 numbers. I thought I had missed something, but sevens didn't follow it, so I got on triple sevens. That's the kind of stuff that you look for. That's the condition. When I say you're looking for certain conditions to know how to play your numbers, once you start tracking and studying them, you'll see those conditioning, those type of things. But if you see a 8 ain't failed on the front for 4 months with no number, and you playing a number with an 8 in it, and that could happen. I guess. I don't know if it's been 4 months that I ain't seen a number fall in a certain spot. Most of them around 3 months, maybe. Most everything is around 3 months. That something don't fall. Working with the law average to me. Let's see. Okay, A3, yeah. Yep. Yep, that shows you a lot. Because in Illinois here, I'm still looking at triple eights and triple threes. And what I do with the triple eights, I do the triple eights, and then I do the AA front 50 cent, AA back 50 cent. Triple three. Like I say, I ain't putting a whole lot of money in them because I know triples are hard to hit. I'm not going to burn my money up on triples till I see exactly what's missing by the end of the year. If no triple, then fail. Because I know by law average, if no triple fall by November, December, the likelihood of one coming out is great because normally 3 come out and on average a year on average. So I'm doing triple A's 50 cent, AA front 50 cent, AA back 50 cent, triple threes 50 cent, and then 3 50 cent on the front and 50 cent on the back. Now, if I get the AA front or the AA back, you know I'm going to load up on the triple H the next day, or the 3 front or 3 back. I'm going to load up with that $25 or whatever the next day on the triple threes, like that. So that's what I mean by building your strategy and your skill set. When you're building your strategy and your skill set like that. It comes to you. It's a simple. It'll come to you as you go, and you'll start seeing it. But you have to separate everything different from midday and evening. I mean, you can look at midday and, see if a number falls, and you might say, well, if they're midday, I might want to play it, but you should have a reason why you want to play it. And this is one of your numbers you play in evening and it falls midday. That just don't make me play midday, just give me a little bit more encouragement to stay on my number, or that I'm on track. But I normally know I'm on track when I'm tracking the numbers for evening, because I just specialize on evening. But once you get good on evening, you can spoon through midday to see what numbers you want to play midday. But I normally only play if a number I know, If 123 didn't fall midday at all, and I see 123 didn't fall evening at all, then I'll play that number for midday and evening. But other than that, I won't play it. If I'm not gonna play a different number midday and a different number evening to try to win, unless I know for a fact neither one of them played. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I can see that. Hushna, I can see that. That you're saying that column 4 and column 12 are falling slow here. Only 3 numbers off column 12 so far. Oh, okay. Column here too. I know the numbers, that 037 column, it seems to be a little slow, but when it start picking up, it picks up. Yeah. Oh, okay. You said, so 582 twice and 704 once in April. Okay. Do you do your work? Let's see. Oh, okay. Hey, you look like you got everything down pretty well. Hushna, you look like you got everything down pretty well. Like I say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, and stick with your budget. And when you hit, it ain't like starting over. You know where to go with the numbers. Okay, yeah. The opposites, yep. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep. It would mirror opposite, but like I said, I switched off to just saying opposites because people be saying they say opposites and flips, and I just think that's so confusing. Because especially for newbies, especially for newbies, because I know it was for me. Because I used to use that. I used to say that interchangeably when I started my first couple of videos, and somebody in the comments told me that they're different. Then I had to regroup. Yeah, yeah. It comes soon after, but like you say, I kind of more or less usually if a number repeats, its mirror comes soon after. In some cases, The way I see, and you know why normally it comes soon after. What I found, if they ain't played in like 6 months or so together out, then they'll repeat. But it's not necessarily always the same all the time. It depends how long they've been out. Yeah, yeah, but some people will perceive them the same when they're doing demonstrations on YouTube. They say, well, they'll call, well, I'm flipping a 5 to a 0. I'm like, no, I think, or now you want to flip that 2 to a 7. They'll say flip. And I can understand that you don't know, you just don't know. But that's what people are doing. And if they got people following them, they're totally confused. Or some people say they flipping, but when they use the flip terminology, they talking about a mirror. So this makes you want to know what they know. What they know. But when I found out the difference, it really helped me with my strategy because I had no idea too much what a mirror or a flip was. I was just using the terminology for some reason. But when I realized when I did my columns what they were, I knew I was onto something. Yeah, you get the same results. I think whether you plus the 3 or minus the 3 is going to be a flip. But I was new at doing it on YouTube, so yeah, they are plus 5 are considered a mirror of a number. Exactly, and but the only thing with I don't see where flipping the numbers of any benefit when a 1 can be a 8 and a 1 can be a 4. What, I don't see the significance of how that's even used to make sense. Yeah, you're right. I haven't found it. I don't see where it's useful. I think one guy came up with the plus 5 to me, or female, whoever came up with it, which makes sense. Then somebody else came up with the idea, say, well, since they did a plus 5, I'm going to do a plus 3 or a minus 3. But somebody had told me it's because the numbers are off 1 or 2 or stuff like that. I'm like, okay, but how can a 1 be a 4 and a 1 be an 8 and an 8 be a 1 and a 4 be a 1? I'll say that don't make sense. Yeah, you're right. You say it's too confusing and causes you to spend more money. That's all. Yeah, it really is. And to be truthful with you, I think that's what the tic tac toe, date sums, grids, and all that other stuff is about. Yeah, I think that's what the tic tac toe, date sums, grids, and all those different rundowns and methods. That's what all of it is, to make you spend more money. Because I used to look at that tic tac toe for a long time to try to figure out how you use it or how it would make sense. And then because old school here in St. Louis, they used to use them. And what you believe in, I guess works, but I'm like, that didn't make sense. But once you start tracking the actual 1,000 number and using PICK-3 at a glance, things going to look different to you anyway. Yeah, you playing more numbers to it. Yeah, that's what your state number lottery wants. They want you to play more. And then they don't want you to really know what's going on with the numbers. Tracking the actual numbers, taking your time, and like I say, make fun out of it. Don't burn your mind, but you'll see something that you'll burn them pretty good. I'm telling you. And triples is a good hit if you catch them right. Triples is a good hit. Like I know triple nines hadn't failed midday or evening for 9 years when I was started tracking. I said, nines ain't failed midday or evening. So you know I wore nines out midday and evening all the way through the year, and I got them. I got them hard. I say, shoot, now I say 10 got to be the magic number for a number not to come midday or evening. So I play the midday and evening nines. But you can't see that, like I say, if you don't go back and track and see. Yeah. Yep, you exactly right. You say tic-tac-toe is going to give you all the numbers to play. It's three numbers, 0 to 9. So, of course, a hit is there. All you're doing is guessing, right? Because tic-tac-toe, and then all you're going to do is get 10 numbers. Yeah, tracking is king. Like I said, if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing a look down because the numbers are going to run different for everybody. So if you're using the same tic-tac-toe strategy and pattern looking stuff, it ain't going to add up. It's not going to add up because your number's going to be totally different. So it's going to make it that much harder to get into the winner's circle. But like I tell everybody, I can explain it to anybody. This strategy, if you're tracking, yeah. Alrighty. Good to have everybody with me. I'm going to get out of here. I got to go to the eye doctor today. Tell them see what the pressures are in my eye. I've been taking these eye drops now for a little while. It was pretty good the last time, but the pressure was anyway. Now my sight, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still playing at 500 for sure. That 500-055 going to be my daily carry anyway. And that 055, the way it came at first, that's usually how I carry it. And thank you, Teresa. Good luck, thank you. Yeah, that's the lazy right here, and that 550. All right, everybody. I'm getting ready to get out here, get to the doctors. And seeing how this works. I think I kind of like it. I might pop in and out pretty much with this, and then do a live on once during the day also, where everybody can see what's going on, demonstrate. All right, family. So play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town. Thank you.